We can see that Boeing's stock price lost more than 43% in the past 5 years. Also, a lot of critical safety problems about its airplaces, value profit rather than workforce qualification et al. What is the cause? Let us talk about its leadership and company culture. At times, the consequences of bad leadership and toxic culture are not just high turnover rate or bad customer experience. In extreme situations, it leads to the loss of life. Faulty system or faulty leadership. In February 2022, Netflix released an eye-opening documentary titled Downfall: The Case Against Boeing. The documentary is centered around the fall of Boeing after the 2 back-to-back crashes of their newest 737 MAX model, causing the deaths of 346 people on board only minutes after takeoff. Later in the film, we learn that both crashes were caused by a faulty sensor on the aircraft that triggers the MCAS, Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, a software installed by Boeing to keep the aircraft from stalling. The problem arose when Boeing attempted to cut costs by using legal tactics to avoid retraining of pilots on reworked systems. Without the proper training, when MCAS was activated, untrained pilots who had no knowledge of the new feature installed struggled to stabilize the aircraft and became powerless to stop the full-speed dive towards their deaths. As a response to these major accidents, the CEO of Boeing emphasized that safety is still very much a core value at Boeing and that their planes are perfectly safe. In the documentary, it was revealed that after the takeover by McDonnell Douglas, top management executives began to cut corners for the sake of increasing stock prices and profit. This is a far cry from the culture and working together organizational system that Alan Mulally, the former CEO of Boeing, had built and implemented in Boeing. In the documentary, they provided us with a glimpse of what the Boeing company culture was like under Alan Mulally's leadership through the eyes of former employees of Boeing. And that's when it all changed. We saw the company changing before our eyes. A New York Times story revealed Boeing has a culture that often valued production speed over quality. They expected their people to take shortcuts and do whatever was necessary to get the product out the door. From this short documentary, we can quickly identify the signs of bad leadership habits at Boeing, from refusing to listen to their employees, blaming others for their own mistakes, lying and intimidating their employees. By moving towards being a financially driven company, focusing more on shareholder value than stakeholder safety, Boeing lost its identity as an aviation company that prioritizes quality and safety. Now, it is time for us to reflect and identify whether there are signs of bad leadership or any red flags that we might have missed in our own organizations. Take the initiative to ask for feedback or feed forward from your employees or colleagues. Seek continuous improvement by shining a light on issues and working together to eliminate the root causes. Make sure that your employees are well taken care of, that they are provided with all of the resources and support they need. Put your stakeholders at the center of everything you do at your organization. Lastly, self-awareness is an essential part of being a leader. By understanding your values, emotions, habits, and how they affect your stakeholders, you will be able to make better decisions and be a better leader.